bamboo and like they have a fetish or whatever.
Yeah.
So if they had a hobbit fetish, would that be weird?
I mean, hobbit fetish might be a bit weird. There's no question that that I've hung around with people who are big on the movies.
Yeah.
It was a piece of pop culture. It was like a phenomenon, that thing.
Oh my God.
You know, it's hit a lot of people. I think most people who have seen those movies would say, I like them. And then you have people who've seen those movies and that is their all-time favorite thing ever. I've definitely hung out with people like that.
Yeah. It is one of, honestly, I think Lord of the Rings is one of, like, I've had when David Cho was on, we reference it all the time.
Right.
And Stephen Young was there too, right?
Yeah.
And we just I reference it all the time. There are just moments in the trilogy that just stay with
It's
me.
his Bible.
It's my Bible. Like
It's an extraordinary book.
no,
No,
the
but
fucking
genuinely.
have
Have you read the book?
No.
The books. I mean, look, the movie did a great job with the books. But if you love the movie, I'm telling you, if you think the movies are like a 9 out of 10, the books are some of the most extraordinary pieces of fiction. Like, it's consistently voted as the greatest book of all time.
Wow.
It's an amazing piece of work. I've never been more intoxicated by a world than Middle Earth. I've read books that I prefer more. American Psycho is probably my favorite book.
Oh, wow.
And that experience of reading American Psycho was more enjoyable for me. But in terms of like finding yourself lost in a fantasy realm, holy shit, Lord of the Rings is insane.
Yeah, he developed those characters in World War II, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he's on the battlefield, right? And
Yeah.
then he just, because obviously you're fighting different people and this and that. And I guess that's what I would do. I would just, because it would be so traumatic being in a fucking war that I would just fantasize probably, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
just live and try to get out of myself.
And those 4 hobbits represent the privates in the army.
Wow.
So the 4 hobbits are the soldiers that go in wide-eyed. Great, let's go to war. I want to help my friends.
Yeah.
And then they come out absolutely destroyed by it all, you know. Tolkien's incredible. Tolkien was the head of English at Oxford University, which is arguably, you know, one of the most kind of notorious universities on the planet, and was also the head of language at Oxford University. He created 4 or 5 full languages that you can speak from Lord of the Rings. You can speak Hobbitish, you can speak Dwarvish,
Wow.
you can speak Elvish, you can speak High Elvish. So when you go to these fucking conventions, some people will come over to you and talk to you in High Elvish, assuming that I know High Elvish. Like,
Wow.
in Gwynenlake, and
Wow.
what do you want me to sign? I'm
Yeah.
confused, you know?
Like when Aragorn sings,
Yeah.
is that real things he's singing?
Yeah, that's Elvish. He's singing Elvish.
Yeah, it's a little weird hearing him sing.
Mm-hmm. It's a little feminine.
You know, whatever, and you're like, whoa, dude, that's weird.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, it's a little feminine. You don't sing. Do you sing in it? I know the Pippin does.
I don't sing.
Yeah.
Pippin does, no.
Yeah.
I'm really good at impersonating good singers, but I don't have a voice of my own.
Yeah.
So Billy has a voice. If you say to Billy, whatever, sing Are You Lonesome Tonight by Elvis, he won't sing it like Elvis. He'll sing it like himself, and it'll be beautiful.
Wow.
I can only sing it like Elvis, but I can impersonate Elvis really well, and I can impersonate Van Morrison really well, and John Lennon and Bob Dylan. Like, I'm really good at impersonating people.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, my brother's a singer, and my brother would always be like, yeah, but where's your voice? How does your voice sound? I'm like, I don't know what my voice sounds like. I just impersonate people.
But your voice is so gritty, right?
Right.
So why don't that can be your voice, right?
Yeah, but I think if I sang it, it'd be more like Tom Waits or something.
Yeah.
That's why when I do an American accent in my voice, it sounds like I'm a 75-year-old man. 'Cause I would actually talk like this. That's not how someone who looks like me
Wow.
speaks.
You go deeper.
Yeah,
He
my
sounds
voice-
more American than I do.
100%.
Yeah, and I've been here for a long time.
Your whole life.
I've talked to other people that are involved in that movie too, and especially hobbits. And you guys didn't get paid that well.
No, we didn't.
Yeah. But you
People would be astounded how little we got paid. Like outside of the industry, I think people would be like, "Oh, you still got paid a lot." In the industry, people are like, "Wait, you're in arguably one of the greatest trilogies of movies all time, and you couldn't retire off it?" No,
Yeah.
we couldn't get anywhere near to retiring.
that's insane.
Meanwhile, like all the Twilight actors and the Harry Potter actors and anyone in James Bond and anyone in Star Wars, like they're all like, "Oh, this is."
Yes, but don't you get you don't get even residual? You
You
get
don't get residuals.
what?
Yeah. Don't get residuals.
You don't get any residual.
No, after years of the Lord of the Rings only being beaten by Star Wars in terms of the products that we sold from the movies. So Star Wars is the all-time king in terms of, lunch boxes and duvet sets and, on cereal boxes and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings is second. So in all of our contracts, it said, if we sell something that includes your likeness, then you will get a certain amount of money. And at one point, Vigo spoke to New Line and said, hey, it's been like 4 or 5 years, and none of the actors from Lord of the Rings has received any residuals from these hundreds of millions of dollars of money that you've been making from the trilogy. And New Line said to Vigo, we don't write a check for anything less than $50. And Vigo's like, wait, you're saying that we've made less than $50?
Yeah.
The actors? And they're like, yeah.
Oh,
How could that even be fucking possible?
Yeah, we had to get like lawyers to go in there.
Wow.
What do you call it? Auditing, right?
Yeah, auditing.
We had to audit New Line, which is all very sexy. I remember like talking to my friends, like, what are you up to? Like, oh, we're just auditing New Line right now.
Yeah. Yeah. But did you end up getting some? Or
We got some, but
Okay, good.
even so, New Line went bankrupt based on the movies, based on Lord of the Rings movies. Lord of the Rings made over $2 billion for New Line, and they went bankrupt. So something
Yeah. Is that Billy?
is afoot.